Video we're going to look at PolitiFact and Snopes, the websites. And I'm going to bring up something that seems to have been invented for the particular purpose of aggravating anyone trying to do research. I want to point out that what I'm going to show you is something that sounds like a very minor point and is something that no one would care about, and that I'm being like pedantic or whatever about it, and that's not true. So here we have the search function, and it's on politifact.com/search/?Q, that's for query, equals mailbox. And if I go up here, I can do that. I can change it from mailbox to mailboxes, and I can even right-click in this and do check spelling so I get it correct. And it gives me 53 responses and tells me how many responses I'm going to get out of this. And it lets me scroll through them. It doesn't give me the ability to really do anything to like change any of this, but I can click this and see all 53 on one page. It also includes another option here where I can look at articles about it. All right. Now, PolitiFact has it in their best interest that you be able to right-click and open a new tab. There's no reason I can think of, nor really any of you can come up with, to restrict my ability to edit what I've typed so I can get it more fine-tuned, or let me right-click so I can look at the different articles and or fact checks and check to see what's going on. Again, when I say in a video there's no technical reason for that, what I mean is somebody's being either an asshole or someone is trying to make money by screwing with you and wasting your time and bandwidth. Other times it could be just because they're making the website for specifically like a particular cell phone or something like that. But there's never actually an excuse for that, because all you have to do is default to HTML version like 3, and every single website works on virtually every hunk of equipment. Now we're going to look at looking up the word mailbox in the search area for Snopes. Now I have not turned off JavaScript. No blocking's happening. uBlock Origin says there's 21 things it's blocking, but I've turned it off and it didn't change any of this. When I right-click the picture, it says view image and various things, which means the link that is obviously here that would take me to a web page where I can read about the USPS mailboxes in Oregon, the right-click is there, but it's not letting me see it. If I hover over the words, same thing, doesn't work. If I hover over read more, it won't let me do it. So the only way for me to do this is to click the video, click the picture of it or whatever, and it opens it one at a time and will not let me open multiple pages on the same website. And again, on PolitiFact, I can open this one and I can open this one. And they open just fine most of the time, if not all the time. And even the time and date stamp from when the article or fact check or debunking was posted is integrated into the URL. It makes it trivial to look up things on PolitiFact. Snopes is where people literally do nothing but look up rumors and find out whether there's any grain of truth to them, what degree there is of it, or completely debunk things. And I am not allowed to look up more than one thing by right-clicking and opening a new tab. I'm not allowed to. It will not let me. And it says page 1 of, and then it doesn't tell me how pages. It doesn't tell me how many pages I have to go. But hey, when I hover over previous or the next, you can see in the lower left-hand corner, it says snopes.com search mailbox, and then page num equals 2. So I can open pages of stuff. I can right-click and open a new tab, but I'm not allowed to right-click to open an article in the background. Now, why would that happen? What benefit is that to the website owner, the bandwidth, their ability to make money off of ads? What in God's name does this benefit by blocking my ability to right-click? And before anybody starts posting, well, I'm an idiot or whatever, we're going to go ahead and hover over the word hotten. And I'm going to go here, inspect element. Now I'm going to show you the element content here. We're going to collapse that back down. And what we have are div class articles, blah, 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 span. And this is the article wrapper, generic statement for that one. If I go here, I get that one there. And then up here, I get the other one. You can see that it changes when I move my mouse. So what we're going to do here, I'm just going to open that one for the hell of it. And it shows type, article URLs hidden. And the value is the link. Snopes.com fact check sound beating. So what we're going to do is, because that's this one, I'm going to go here and I'm going to go ahead and edit as HTML. Grab the URL, it's blocking. It literally says hidden. Right click, copy, and I'm going to close this. And I'm going to bring this over here to the right. And I'm going to do this. This is what I would have been able to do if it just let me right click, open a new tab. Now I'm going to hit that one that was the voicemail records and see if it's the same thing. It is. So all it's done is make it much more complicated than the way it's done on politifact. Now remember, this is a results box. It's identical. There's no difference between the article lookup and or debunkings on Snopes compared to politifact. So let's do a politifact test. Okay, we're going to do that real quick. Right click here, open a new tab. What do we get if I do the inspect element? Now remember, this is dynamically generated, and it shows us there's only 53 articles. And it has an ahref, which is in this case, a relative link, fact checks 2020, August 17th, Facebook post, no Wisconsin mailbox picture, isn't proof of massive VO. And if I right click that and edit as HTML, I can grab this data. And remember, it lets me put it in the background. What we're going to do is copy. And I'm going to close this, and I'm going to put this right here and see if it brings up the article. It's under fact checks. Let's see if this gets correct. It might not work, but before we do that, I'm going to right click and have that open a new tab. And now we're going to go up here, and I'm going to see if I reconstructed this best I can, does it go where it's supposed to? It might break. Nope, because when I do that, it's the same goddamn article. Again, on politifact, it's literally using HTML version 1 links, almost. And it works fine. It works on every browser you come up with. It's not doing quirks mode or anything else anybody's going to start cat-like typing below in the description, or excuse me, in the comment section. When you right-click on it, it opens a new tab, because that's the way the web is supposed to work. And it brings up this thing. When I right-click that, it won't let me do the obvious thing of being able to bring up the actual link. There is no difference between these pages. X number of years ago, you could right-click every single result from mailbox or whatever, and you could edit it in here. It won't let you edit anymore. It makes you type the whole thing over again unnecessarily, because if this is up here, that means it doesn't need a cookie. It can just read the URL and it'll just form this. This is extremely trivial. This shouldn't be something that's able to not let me edit that by putting on mailboxes versus mailbox. Or mail bomb versus mailbox. This shouldn't be able to fuck up like this. Me right-clicking to open up one of an unknown number of articles versus exactly 53 fact checks with that wording. So I know what my limits are here. So let's look up sitesnopes.com mailbox. It says there's 6,800 results. Now, if we put quotes around that and see if it is actually going to change anything, we find out it's actually 143 results. If you have to have your website search engine not be as good as Google's search engine, you know what you do? You put a Google search box on the page or a Yahoo search box and just get over it. It's obvious you do not know how to write a website. Dear Snopes, people want to take you seriously. Other people absolutely do not want to take you seriously. You doing something that literally breaks, I think, every single goddamn rule about how to make a website unnecessarily, while taking up at least 3 times as much bandwidth and not telling us that there were really just 143 articles. Only 143 articles. This one only has 53. Well, 53, debunkings basically, fact checks, and 28 articles. So it's kind of a similar number, maybe? Okay, kind of close. Why would you make your website shittier than a search engine that honestly a lot of us hate? If you can't do better than Google search engine, it's still useful. Just stick a Google search box on your website and admit defeat and admit you don't know how to write your website correctly. And by the way, stop turning off my right click when I'm trying to do research. And again, for the umpteenth time in a year, Thank you, PolitiFact, for making shit not just functional or approachable, but fantastically efficient. And, dear Snopes, fire your web editors and shame them publicly for ruining your website, you stupid bastards. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good